I had a really interesting message the other day on Instagram, and I think it's a really valid point. And it was a lovely lady who had gone through one of my free training courses, and she said she really liked what I was teaching and completely understood the importance of having a personal brand and showing up on Instagram and sharing your expertise. And anyone who works with me will know I am going to make you post a selfie. I'm going to make you show up, show your face, eventually build up the confidence to be able to talk on camera. But it's about being there for your audience so that they learn to connect with you and you can build that relationship and that trust. It's a real two-way relationship when you're building something on social media. It is social media, is there to be social. And so anyone that works with me who wants to build a personal brand the way that I built a personal brand, I teach you from what I know. So I'm going to encourage you to show up, to be authentic, to show your skills and show what you know. It doesn't mean that you have to hand over your complete life. I have never done house tours. I don't share a personal life. I don't really share what we do at the weekend. I don't share a lot about my children. So I'm very conscious of how much I do share about my private life, yet still people are able to build a connection, feel like they know me, feel like they trust me. And I think that's really, really important. And that's come from showing up online, showing my face, talking to camera, letting people get to know me, sharing my personality, all that sort of stuff. Now, the question that sent in from this lady, she messaged me just to say that she understood it. She really liked the training and could see the benefits of building a personal brand and showing up for your audience. However, as she pointed out, for personal reasons, which of course can be a wide variety of things. I'm working with women who may be in vulnerable situations or that may have family history or whatever. It could be a wide variety of things, whether it's work, whether it's personal relationships, domestic violence, whatever it could be. There could be a wide variety of reasons why women feel like or they are actually unable to show up online, to show their face, to talk to camera, to share their name publicly. There will be a variety of reasons. And so she said that she was unable to. Therefore, would I be able to teach her how to build a personal brand, a faceless personal brand? So, how to build a brand online without showing her face. And this is something that's become really popular recently. I don't know if you've seen, there are a lot of reels out there now, very aesthetically pleasing, of women, predominantly women, creating these faceless brands, faceless accounts, and are still being extremely successful, which is awesome, which is amazing. I am going to cheer on anyone who is doing things for themselves and has found a way of making things work for them. But I had to explain to this lady that I'm really sorry, but I can't do that. I can't teach her how to build a faceless account because I've never done that. I've never done that before. If I was to coach her, if I was to work with her to share ideas, I would be purely using theory or guessing or, it just wouldn't be genuine. And so I said, I'm really sorry, but I can't teach you that because I've never done it myself. And this is what my course, any coaching, anyone that works with me, I have been working on Instagram for over 8 years now. Actually, I've been saying over 8 years. It's almost 9. I reckon it is about 9, actually. It's 9 years of working on Instagram. And so any courses or any coaching that I create, I am sharing my knowledge, my experience. I'm even sharing the mistakes that I've made, where I've gone wrong. You will see when you work through my course, I say, hands up, this is what I missed out, or this is where we went wrong, and this is what we had to do to change it. And I'm very, and I'm an open book, as you know, and I like to be authentic, and I like to share those mistakes so that you don't have to. so that you can almost hit the ground running. Because I've wasted time, money, and energy from these mistakes, because I've been a one-woman band for a long time, building things, teaching myself, investing. I spent a lot of money on training courses, teaching myself. And so I don't want you to do the same. So that is what I share. I share my story. That's the only thing I know. I've never built a faceless brand before. If I went out and attempted to, for the next year, to build a faceless account and learned things along the way and learned a way of doing it and made that brand a success, then I would feel like I would be able to teach that. But at the moment, that's not something I've done. So for me, I couldn't possibly charge someone or even work with someone and try and guide someone who's going to trust in me, teach them something that I've never done for myself, never experienced. So it was lovely to have that conversation with her, actually, because, and like she said, when I explained that to her and said, I just, it wouldn't be authentic, it wouldn't be fair on you to invest in me when actually it's not something that I've done before. And the same goes, if I'm going to invest in somebody, I want it to be someone who has actually experienced it for themselves. It's not just guessing, not just using someone else's online course to then regurgitate and make up for themselves. I don't want that. I recently, and I shared this, that I have been wanting to move into more of the keynote speaker, public speaking sector. That's something that I really enjoy and would like to improve, to be able to be better at, to be able to provide that service. And so in order to do that, I decided to invest in an incredible woman who recently, about a month ago, advertised that she was offering one-to-one consultations to help people in this area. And I jumped at the chance. Yes, it's an investment. It's an investment of my time. I'm spending my summer holidays with my children at home, finding the time to be able to do these consultations. It's a one-to-one call, and then I have to go away and actually write my speech, which is incredibly scary. So it's taken up a lot of headspace. It's taken up a lot of time. I've paid a large amount of money. This is an investment for me because I truly believe it's going to move me on with my career. Now, the only reason why I booked with this lady is because several reasons. I went to see her speak. I was at an event in London and she was speaking. I was already following her on Instagram, but I saw her speak and I loved her style. I could really connect with her. I just thought she was great, very inspiring. So I could see her style, very similar to me, Northern as well, and just really liked her. And so, yeah, really got on board. So I was following her. I saw her speak for myself. I've seen the evidence that she is booked on regular occasions, working with large groups of women, corporations, brands, different things. And she's out there walking the walk, talking the talk. She's actually doing the thing. I've read her book. I listened to her book on audio. So I've invested in her already. I've seen her doing it. And so I then, when she announced that she had these sessions for one-to-one, I was like, perfect. This is exactly what I need from exactly the person that I need it from. And so I took the plunge and I invested in that and I booked that call with her. And this is what I was saying to this lady is, if I think anyone, if you're going to choose to work with someone, you want to choose to work with someone who you've seen them doing it, just like the women who come on my course or enroll in our online expert academy. They've seen me doing it. They were following me with their young children. They've done the play activities that I used to share. They've seen me turn up every weekday at 10 a.m. They saw me do that, broadcasting from my kitchen, building my brand. They've seen me work with Lego. They've seen me work with BBC Bite Size. They've seen me grow my products. They've seen me launch and publish a book. They've seen me grow, which is so lovely that they've been on the journey for a long time. And then it's come to a point where actually, do you know what? I think I'd like to do that for myself. And so because they've got that bank of experience, I've got that those years behind me, they're willing to invest their money, their time, their energy, their effort, their headspace to then do something for themselves, to go through one of my courses to build their own personal brand. So this is what I explained to this lovely lady who sent the message, and her response back was lovely because, like she said, I really appreciate that. I could so easily say, yes, I could do that. £500, I'll teach you how to build a faceless brand. No, I'm authentic. I won't be able to sleep at night if I did that, to be honest. That's just the kind of person that I am. And so she appreciated my response. She's still following me, she's still following my advice, but perhaps she's going to go and seek someone who teaches how to build a faceless brand. And that makes much more sense. And I completely agree with that, that would be a much better use of her time. So leading on from this, the whole thing of, I really do appreciate, when I talk about building a personal brand, showing up online, I understand and I appreciate it's not easy for everybody, is it? It's really hard. And actually, in all honesty, when I first started Play Hooray, I wasn't thinking, right, this is it. This is going to be my what's going to get me, it's going to be my journey to get me to speaking on stage. That wasn't me. I was at home with my baby. I was doing something to help me start a new chapter, give me something to think about alongside being a mum. I started and I grew my business with social media. They were bringing in live option, the ability to go live. They were bringing in the option, more options to do video. And so I grew in that way. So I appreciate women starting now. It's a very different place than when I started 8-9 years ago, because there's not this expectation to show up online and be visible on and go on live and all this different stuff. So it's a much different place. So I can really appreciate when people are quite cautious of that, quite nervous of that. But at the same time, I, hand on heart, believe that you can. I was never the kid in drama class. That was my sister. She was on stage singing, dancing, acting at the weekends. Like, she was amazing. That wasn't for me. That was not for me at all. How things have changed, hey? But that wasn't for me. That was not my character and my personality. This has grown with years of practice and teaching. I think teaching as well has really helped me, used to being in like sports halls full of kids and adults, being able to talk in front of them. So perhaps it's come from that as well, but also seeing the benefits of helping other people. And I know that when the idea of women showing up online, it's, I think, one of the biggest blocks, or one of the biggest blocks, or one of the biggest things that people worry about is the idea of being judged. Us as women, we are judged all the time. I imagine you're looking at my hair, makeup, dress. It's just what we do as women, perhaps even the house around behind me. That's what we do. It's a very visual era that we live in now. But however, I think something that I learned not so long ago, and it's been brilliant advice, is that it's only those that are doing less than you that will judge you. And I think this is such important advice. It's so easy for us to talk ourselves out of it, because what will they think? What are they going to say? Well, it's, at the end of the day, it's who's they? Who's they? Who are you thinking of? Who are you worried about the judgments of? Is it family? Is it friends? Is it old school friends? You've got to think about this. It's like, are you going to let the judgment of others step in your way of starting a new chapter, starting a new life for you? I actually went on and carried on and did it despite the worry of what other people were thinking, because I knew that it's something that I wanted to do, and that's what's allowed me to build the business. So I've not let the judgment of others worry me or stop me from doing things. And I know that it's so easily done, but along with that quote of, it's only those doing less than you that are going to judge you, it's so true. And I think it's, someone who, Mr. Beast, who has been creating YouTube videos, he's the biggest YouTuber. He's not going to mock or laugh at the person who decides to film their first ever YouTube video. Okay, it's not going to be amazing, but what's he going to say? What would his feedback be? Keep going, keep trying, keep showing up. What about someone building a business? Some multi-million-pound entrepreneur with multiple successful businesses. What are they going to say to you who wants to start a business? Absolutely go for it. Try it. See what happens. They're going to be encouraging, aren't they? A successful author who's had many bestseller books, to someone, a mum out there who, I spoke to a lady the other day who wants to start writing children's books. An author, a successful author, wouldn't tell you, no, who are you to do it? They're not going to judge you. Someone who is successful, someone who is like many steps ahead of you, is going to turn around and say, absolutely, go for it. Just start. just write that first page or get down your ideas. They're going to be so encouraging. It's those that are going to judge you are those doing less than you, those that are envious of you, those that wish they'd done it for themselves. And it's so true, isn't it? Like, once you stop and really think about that, those that are ahead of us, those that are further up the staircase than we are, or those that are on chapter 20, way beyond where we are starting at chapter 1, actually, I don't believe they would. And also, they haven't got the time because they're busy. They're so consumed with what they're doing. And I really think that's true as well. I must confess, whenever I've had messages from women who have been unpleasant to me online, and I haven't had loads, but I have had them. And let me tell you, you don't forget them, you always remember them. But I can't help but reflect and think, I don't know how they've got that time in the day to send that message or to follow someone that they don't like, or because I'm so busy with what I'm doing, with running my business, with caring for my children, with making big plans. I haven't got time to have an opinion about someone else online. I just haven't got time for it. So it actually makes me feel quite sorry for them, or quite sad that they're in that place, that's where they are, that they're judging someone online that they don't really know, and they're taking time out of their day to send messages that aren't very pleasant. I just think, what a shame. And I just feel sad for them, that that's where they're finding relief or joy, or it's giving them some sort of kick. I don't know. And that's what I always try and remember, is like, it's not those that are ahead of you, it's those that are behind you or doing less than you. I saw a reel the other day with a fantastic quote, so much so that I made a little post-it note and wrote it down because I didn't want to forget it. And I want to share this with you in case you are at home desperate to try something, desperate to start a new chapter, desperate to, really keen and interested in the idea of starting a personal brand, but really feel the fear of what other people might think. I want to share this with you, and it's about haters, basically saying that you get, trolls, haters that you get online. It's so true that it sadly it does come with it. If you're going to show up online, you will get messages from people who aren't very nice, for a variety of reasons. They may question your professional opinion or the things that you say, and that's when you have to have, sometimes it does make you reflect and make you realize. So for example, when I was running Play Hooray, I once had a lady message me and point out the fact that I'd been to buy some shopping, some toys and things to do with the kids. I was sharing it with them, and she pointed out that it was very plastic heavy. And it made me stop, and I was like, gosh, do you know what year it is? And so I wrote back and said, yes, that's a great point. Thank you. I hadn't noticed, but it made me reflect and made me change direction. It made me pivot, and I actually took some of those things back. So that's really useful if it's useful feedback. When it's someone just attacking you or talking about your personal looks or your family life, whatever it might be, or your home or whatever, it's very different. And I always remember a story, a lady that I once met, and she said she was a makeup artist, and she'd launched a range of makeup brushes, her own makeup brushes. She designed them. She had many years being a makeup artist. She created her own makeup brushes, and someone messaged her to say that she was using her brushes in the wrong way. The brushes that she designed and created as a makeup artist with years of experience, someone messaged her to say that she was using them wrong. Everyone's got an opinion. It doesn't mean that they're right and you're wrong. You've just got to take it all with a pinch of salt. But you're always going to have someone that's going to question you or have something to say about something, have an opinion about it, aren't they? And that is the world that we live in. But it's being able to deal with that and not worry and not let that stop you and not let them consume you. And also, at the end of the day, I always think you have to think about, who's they? Who are they? Who are they that you're prepared to stay where you are, stay stuck, stay feeling lost, and not start that new chapter because you're worried about what they might think? Well, who are they? So haters, I want to share this with you. It's a brilliant acronym. I do love an acronym for the word haters. So thinking about those online trolls or anything, haters. Having angers towards everyone reaching success. I love that so much. Having anger towards everyone reaching success. And that's what haters can stand for. And I think if you remember that, I think if you're showing up online and you're sharing your skills and you're helping other people, you know, you've got to remember at the end of the day, the impact you're having. One person, one hater, one troll, whatever, might have something to say, but the fact that you're impacting people's lives, you might even just be helping one person a day, but that's one more than none, isn't it? And if one person has just got something mean to say, then just remember, having anger towards everyone reaching success, I think it's just an indicator that you're having an impact, that you are being successful, and they are just someone doing less than you who want to pull you down, which is really sad, isn't it? And I think it's sad on their part. So I really hope that helps you. If you've been afraid of showing up online, remember that it's only those that are doing less than you that are going to judge you. Who are they? And if they're a hater, they're having anger towards everyone reaching success. So it's probably not just you. They're probably feeling quite bitter towards anyone that they deem successful online. And I think to be successful is a good indicator that you're doing a great job and you're impacting lots of people's lives. I really hope that helps. I have got a new module available. It's part of our main course. I've taken just that one module out and it's called Content Queen. It's all about creating content consistently, educational content that's going to help you grow. If you'd like more information, please message below or get in contact with me on Instagram. I'd love to share the details with you. And I think it could really help because sharing your expertise online can help you to start a new chapter, start making money, start welcoming those new opportunities. It's so exciting and you absolutely can do it. Don't let the opinions of others stop you. Thank you.